Hello and welcome to Volusia Magazine. I'm Amber Osman. In this week's episode, local officials break ground on Hope Place. Recent severe weather highlights the need for trained storm watchers. Later on in the program, Joanne Magley sits down with Jeff Bumb, Director of Veterans Services. Those segments and more coming right up on Volusia Magazine. I hope you stay tuned. Homeless children and families in Volusia County are closer to having an emergency and transitional shelter to help them get back on their feet.
1, 2, 3.
The Volusia County Council, along with other local dignitaries and members of the community, recently held a ceremonial groundbreaking for Hope Place, which is on the site of the former Hearst Elementary School in Holly Hill. The campus will be transformed into an emergency shelter and transitional housing apartments that will only accept homeless families with children and teens and young students on their own. This is a critical service because the school system has identified more than 2,300 of its students as homeless. Hope Place is a collaboration between businesswoman Farrell Hussein, Volusia County Government, Volusia County Schools, and Halifax Urban Ministries. Last year, the school board agreed to sell the vacant school to Volusia County government for $200,000. The county then deeded the school to Halifax Urban Ministries, which will own and operate Hope Place. The county council also voted to spend $3.5 million on capital construction costs to renovate the 9 buildings in the school complex.
You know, trying to get a school from a school system and then getting county council members to believe in your vision to allow you to spend the taxpayers' money is a huge to-do. But believe it or not, we did it and we are here today, and I'm very excited that Halifax Urban Ministries have accepted to operate Hope Place.
Hope Place will mostly rely on donations to run the shelter, a cost that's estimated to be about $500,000 a year. The project started attracting donations last year, including $100,000 from retired teacher Angie Forrest and 2 $75,000 grants from the city of Daytona Beach. Ponce Inlet recently agreed to give $1 for every one of its residents for a total of $3,062. Hussein is aiming to raise $200,000 total from local city governments every year, in addition to what she hopes private donors will give.
Today meant a lot to me because we've been working on it for close to 5 years now, and this area would enable children and their families who are really just down on their luck and need a leg up to be able to have a place to stay at, to be safe at night until a time that the families can secure jobs and be able to get back on their feet.
Hope Place also will include a medical clinic, cafeteria, laundry area, family TV room, and areas for pre-K and adult education. Case managers will work with Hope Place residents to get them back on their feet and living independently within 3 months. There also will be an outside play area for the Hope Place residents and for children living in the neighborhood. If you'd like to get involved with Hope Place, you can learn more at the website halifaxurbanministries.org/hope-place. Recent severe weather is a good reminder of the need to be prepared when storms threaten. Severe weather comes in many forms, including straight-line winds and tornadoes that can occur with severe thunderstorms. Storm spotters in communities play a vital role in the early detection and verification of weather-related hazards. And with some training, you could become one of the thousands of volunteers helping to keep communities safe. Volusia County Emergency Management is hosting Sky-Warn Spotter Training Thursday, February 9th at the Emergency Operations Center located at 3825 Tiger Bay Road in Daytona Beach. A beginner's course is from 10 a.m. to noon, followed by an advanced course from 1 to 3 p.m. To obtain critical weather information, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration and the National Weather Service established the Sky-Warn volunteer program with nearly 290,000 trained severe weather spotters. These volunteers help keep their local communities safe by providing timely and accurate reports of severe weather to the National Weather Service. Although sky-worn spotters provide essential information for all types of weather hazards, the main responsibility of a spotter is to identify and describe severe local storms.
And it's a great deal of weather information, so if you're new to Florida or you just love the weather, it's a great opportunity to understand about the structure of thunderstorms, how to identify severe weather. There's going to be information about lightning, and when you attend both the basic and the advanced class, then you become a storm spotter.
According to Judge, since the program started in the 1970s, the National Weather Service has been able to issue more timely and accurate warnings for severe weather.
The eyes on the ground are so important, and even during the system on Sunday night, there were 3 areas in Volusia County where they were able to see circulation in the upper levels, one to the north, one over DeLand, and then one down in Oak Hill. We were very fortunate in the fact that nothing spun to the ground, but yet in combination with what they're seeing aloft, but then making contact with people who live in those areas, if they do see something on the ground, then we can put out the alert that there is a tornado on the ground and for people to take protective actions immediately, and it saves lives.
The National Weather Service encourages anyone with interest in public service and access to communications such as a ham radio to join the Sky-Warn program. Volunteers include police and fire personnel, dispatchers, EMS workers, public utility workers, and other concerned private citizens. Individuals affiliated with hospitals, schools, churches, nursing homes, or who have a responsibility for protecting others are also encouraged to become a spotter. For more information on the upcoming training at the county's Emergency Operations Center, you can call 321-255-0212, extension 223, or you can send an email to scott.spratt@noaa.gov.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Get ready to start your engines for the Daytona Beach Half Marathon. February 5th, experience the race that takes you to the Speedway Beach and back. Start at the World Center of Racing's flat asphalt track, through beautiful Daytona Beach, over the Halifax River, onto the hard-packed sands of the world's most famous beach, then back to Daytona International Speedway for a checkered flag finish. Register online at DaytonaBeachHalf.com.
The new year means new goals, and Lisa Hamilton with the Volusia County Extension Service puts us on the road to healthy eating for 2017.
Hi, I'm Lisa Hamilton, University of Florida IFAS Extension Agent in Volusia County. Today on Solutions for Your Life, I'm going to share some tips and resources for a healthy eating lifestyle in the new year. Many people start diets or make resolutions to eat more healthfully in the new year. The USDA published new dietary guidelines for Americans in 2016, and you can visit the USDA.gov website to learn those guidelines. The dietary guidelines help Americans know how to eat a healthy and nutritionally adequate diet. The USDA also developed the MyPlate tool. MyPlate helps us know the variety and types of foods to eat, as well as portions that we should eat to remain healthy. You notice that the MyPlate has half the plate is fruits and vegetables, and that's because eating colorful fruits and vegetables is important to get all of the vitamins and minerals that we need, and most are low in calories. So making half the plate fruits and vegetables is going to reduce the calorie intake and boost the nutrition. You want to vary the vegetables that you eat. Try choosing fresh, frozen, or canned vegetables, adding those into your salads and main dishes. You can also choose fresh, frozen, or dried or canned fruits in 100% juice. Many people think that to eat healthily, they have to eat fresh fruits and vegetables, but frozen, dried, and canned contain just as much nutrition as the fresh. Make half of the grains that you eat whole grains. Look on the label to determine that the whole grain is listed as the first or second ingredient on the list. Try oatmeal popcorn, whole grain bread, and brown rice. What you want to do is limit the grain-based desserts and snacks that have low levels of actual grain. Move to low-fat or fat-free milk or yogurt, replacing sour cream and cheeses with low fat goes a long way to helping you eat a nutritional diet. Mix up your proteins to include seafood, beans, peas, unsalted nuts, seeds, soy products, eggs, and lean meats. We recommend trying main dish meals with beans or seafoods like a tuna salad or a bean chili. Really reduce the amount of sodium, added sugars, and saturated fat in your diet. Water is calorie-free. Non-diet soda, energy and sports drinks, and other sugar-sweetened drinks contain a lot of calories and added sugars and have very few nutrients that help you. Remember that everything that you drink and eat matters. Small changes in your diet result in big changes for a healthy eating lifestyle. One of the most important things you can do to eat a nutritious and healthy diet is to watch your portion size. Many of us eat 2 and 3 times the amount of food that we need for our bodies to be healthy. So my plate and the portion examples that I have here really can put the picture in your mind of the size of portion that you should eat. For example, many of us eat a portion of steak that's about this size. But what your body needs for all proteins is a portion about the size of your hand or palm. And that idea of a palm-sized portion really runs true for many foods that we eat. You can see that we have macaroni and cheese, mashed potatoes, and rice, which many of us eat at almost every meal. I hope you'll find these tips and resources helpful. And remember that a healthy eating lifestyle is based on choices you make every day, all year round. So go out there, make healthy choices, and have a great year. With Solutions for Your Life, I'm Lisa Hamilton.
Hey, Sheriff! Hey, how you doing? Good. You training for the half marathon?
Absolutely.
So am I. Hey, I'll tell you what, just partnering with the International Speedway Corporation for the half is unbelievable. We'll get to run the half. We'll get to run a 5K if you want. Are you going to run the whole half, or are you going to run part of it?
I'm looking for a partner. I can't run the full. I'm looking for a partner to do the challenge.
Well, you know, I normally run the full, but hurt the old leg here recently. I'm going to run half. I'll partner with you.
You got it.
Okay.
It's gonna be perfect, because I'm challenging all law enforcement to come out and race on February 5th, either the 5K, the team challenge, or the whole entire half marathon. If you go to DaytonaBeachChamp.com, there's a special promo code for law enforcement. It's probably the only day of the year where I'll endorse speeding, and you can race the sheriff to checker flag.
Well, I'll tell you what. We're going to run when racing started. We're going to run around that track. We're going to run to the beach. We're going to run back. I'm going to get you to do the 5K afterwards. Not only will we get a special medal, we'll get a jacket.
It's going to be a great day.
Keep training. I'll see you there.
See you February 5th.
"2016 was a big year for passenger traffic at Daytona Beach International Airport. Traffic increased 15.9% for December in comparison with December of last year. During the month, more than 56,000 passengers flew in or out of the county-operated airport when compared to more than 48,000 passengers in December of 2015. For the 12 months ending December 31st, total passenger traffic at the Volusia County Run Airport increased 12.78%, with 707,657 passengers traveling through the facility last year, and that compared to the 699,912 in 2015. That's the highest number for passenger traffic in nearly 2 decades. December also marked the 14th consecutive month of year-over-year passenger traffic increases. Jay Cassens, Director of Business Development for the Daytona Beach International Airport, said the big increase in passengers went beyond the new nonstop JetBlue service to New York City.
We've also seen increases in Delta and American Airlines as well, so there wasn't a lot of impact by adding JetBlue. We actually saw American Airlines grow in total passengers for the year, so it's very positive going into 2017, and we hope to see JetBlue expand service this year.
Be sure to keep up with the latest news from Daytona Beach International Airport by liking its Facebook page or by going to the website flydaytonafirst.com. Dozens of firefighters from around the world came together last week in Daytona Beach for the annual Hazardous Materials Training Symposium. The 5th annual symposium provided an opportunity for the firefighters to learn the latest in hazardous materials response techniques during 3 days of intense training and competitions.
Hazardous materials is unlike firefighting. We have a long-term implication from exposure to hazardous materials. So we're trying to bring these personnel in, and we're trying to give them the latest, the best equipment, as well as knowledge on dealing with a hazardous material, because what affects them now, what they respond to today, can adversely affect them 30 years from now. And that's why we do this. We really are trying to keep all of the first responders, whether you're fire, whether you're EMS, law enforcement, private sector, including the National Guard was here. So we are trying to keep everybody well prepared and safe to handle any hazmat incident.
Training sessions included classroom work followed by hands-on training and competitions at Volusia County's Fire Training Center in Daytona Beach. The firefighters worked with live agents, including liquid propane gas, to practice responding to hazardous incidents. They also worked through incident stabilization training and learned state-of-the-art laboratory techniques for field analysis. The training is critical to ensure victims and firefighters' safety on an incident. Hazmat teams are on call 24/7 and have to be ready to protect the public for varied situations, from fuel spills and transportation accidents to terrorist attacks. Volusia County's Hazmat team formed in 1989, and it's composed of 70 firefighters from fire agencies throughout the county. The team has 4 hazardous materials response vehicles equipped with air monitors, chemical testers, and decontamination and spill equipment. Members attend 6 drills a year, must become hazardous materials technicians, and take yearly refresher courses.
So we're very proud of our hazmat team. I've been fortunate enough to be the leader for going on 15 plus years. I'm very proud of it. They've matured a lot as a team, and we just keep elevating our game. Every year we're doing something to make us better, quicker, safer, and to show the citizens of Volusia County that our #1 goal is to protect life, property, and the environment.
For more information about Volusia County Fire Rescue, you can visit volusia.org and click on the services and then Fire Rescue. It's time to join the Director of Community Information, Joanne Magley, and her guest, Jeff Bumb, Director of Volusia County Veterans Services.
The county's Veterans Services Division assists all former and present members of the armed forces and their dependents in preparing claims for compensation, hospitalization, vocational training, and other benefits and privileges to which they are entitled to under federal, state, and county regulations. So joining us today with information about an important update as it relates to disability benefits is the Director of Veterans Services, Jeff Bumb. Hi, Jeff.
Hi, Joanne. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. So before we get to this update that we want to tell everybody about, give us an overview of Veterans Services and the services that you provide.
Well, we like to think that Volusia County Veterans Services is sort of a one-stop shop for anything military related. Although our bread and butter is really filing comprehensive claims for service-connected disability compensation and pension, and doing technical appeals for any denials that occur. We really can do anything there that is military related.
So healthcare in general is a main concern for most Americans, especially older Americans. Is it also a primary concern, I would say, for veterans?
Absolutely, and healthcare enrollment is one of the things that we can help with. Although there's no way that the VA can possibly make a comprehensive healthcare system for every community in this country, as is necessary to serve all veterans, I think we will see the VA moving not towards a privatized model, but more of a managed care model, whereby they can be sort of a case manager and farm out some of those services rather than trying to provide every service in every community.
All right, so recently the Department of Veterans Affairs published regulations to establish, I want to make sure I get this right, presumptions for the service connection of 8 diseases associated with exposure to contaminants in the water supply at Camp Lejeune in North Carolina. So explain what that means.
Well, in terms of compensation, I think that you're going to find that this is probably one of the most important pieces of legislation that has occurred in the last decade. It's what I like to call a flowchart law. If this, then that. Okay. For example, I'll give you the very complicated version. If a person served at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, between the dates of 1 August of '53 and 31 December of 1987, they are presumed to have been exposed to contaminated water. If they have any of the 8 diseases that are associated with that water, then they are entitled to compensation.
Okay, so that's a large time frame, correct? And it probably affects, how many people do you think that it might affect, or do we not know that right now?
We don't know the numbers of people that may have been affected, but we do know that over this almost 40-year period, that a large number, hundreds of thousands of people have gone through this base.
So give us a little bit of background. How did the VA come to this conclusion about the water supply and what possible effects that it could have on people?
Formal water testing started in 1982 at Camp Lejeune, and the ATSDR, they finally decided that they had found some contaminants in there. TCEs, PCEs, vinyl chloride, and benzene all were found in the water. It's taken that many years between then and now to figure out what the effects of that water were and to make legislation come to fruition.
All right, so then here we are, and you obviously received word of this as you're the Veterans Service for Volusia County. So if somebody is out there watching and either they are a veteran and this applies to them, or they have a family member who was at Camp Lejeune during these time frames, what are the next steps then for those people?
We would always encourage any veteran or their family member to come to one of our Volusia County offices, Veterans Services offices, to have us assist you with the claims in conjunction with this contaminated water.
Because I would imagine, like other veterans' claims, it's probably a complicated process, and that's what your staff is so good at, is being able to walk people through the claims process and make sure all the boxes are checked so that everything goes through as needed.
Like many government processes, it's just specialized knowledge. And we are well versed in the laws that are associated with this and the procedures and how to apply for them. And we're well versed enough in the law itself in order to make an appeal if necessary.
So on our website, the county's website, I believe you'll have more information just on this topic. If people, maybe didn't catch all of this interview or want to find out more, we'll have it available on our website.
We're going to put a link on our Veterans Services page off of volusia.org, okay, and they can visit that link. It will go directly to the VA's contaminated water website, where they can get the entire download of the law.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit now more about some other services that you provide. Give us an idea of the client load that you see here in Volusia County.
Typically, on an annual basis, we'll see between 8,000 and 10,000 clients, And we do everything from disability compensation to pensions to GI Bill applications, healthcare enrollment, home loan guarantee. We can order records, we can get medical records, we can order old sets of medals. As I mentioned earlier, almost anything that's military related, we can help affect at Volusia County Veterans Services.
And do you feel that veterans, do you think they realize just all the help that's out there for veterans through the Veterans Services Division? Is it something that's well communicated while they're serving, or is it something that they kind of learn along the way?
Sadly, I don't think that there's enough people that know about the comprehensive services that we provide here. And as I said, our bread and butter really is the disability compensation and pension and the appeals. And I really would encourage folks to seek us out if they have not, for whatever reason over the years. Give another run at the VA with our assistance, and we'll be happy to help.
Give us an example of one of the claims, if you will, that you've worked on over your years, because you've been with Veterans Services for a number of years, and I'm sure some cases stand out more than others with just how you were really able to make a difference in someone's life.
You know, and those differences really vary, because we've had several cases that were impactful, but in different ways. In some cases, I can say that we've literally saved people's lives, either through medical care or the infusion of money from the VA. I can say that we've reunited families. We've gotten medical equipment for folks who couldn't afford it. Some very large, life-changing sums of money for people whose claims have dragged on, and we've had large retroactive payments. Also can be a life-changing thing for a disabled person who really needs those funds to better operate.
So where are your offices located here in the county?
We have 4 offices: Orange City, DeLand, New Smyrna Beach, and Daytona.
And how do people come and talk to a counselor? Do they need to call and make an appointment, or how does that work?
In Daytona Beach and DeLand, they can simply walk in. We have walk-in counselors Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. And in New Smyrna and Orange City, they can make an appointment. 740-5102 is our number. 254-4646 is the other.
All right, so anything else you want to let the people know out there who might either are veterans or know somebody that is a veteran, and how else can they get information besides coming to an office?
Our website has quite a few links to important services. And the one thing that I would say is that although the electronic age has really brought the VA closer to the user, it really is that specialized knowledge that helps a person bring their benefits to fruition. So please come and seek our help.
All right. Well, Jeff Bumb, Director of Veterans Services for Volusia County Government, thanks so much for being here today.
Thank you, Joanne.
Amber, back to you.
Thanks, Joanne, and thank you for watching Volusia Magazine. If you have any questions about the show, you can feel free to give us a call at any of the numbers you see listed here, or you can log on to volusia.org and click on the News tab at the top of the screen to find us. And we hope you won't forget to listen to Volusia Today. That's Volusia County Government's weekly public radio broadcast. Volusia Today airs every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Sunday mornings on the local radio stations you see on your screen. For Volusia Magazine, I'm Amber Osmond, and I hope you have a wonderful evening.